Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone and everything in between. Today is episode 50. Pete, we're on episode 50. Can you even believe it?
Yeah, I can. We do this every single time with all the joy and love in the world, of course. Love doing this.
Yeah, it's amazing that we got to 50. Like we were on a weekly grind before. Like we were literally doing
Yeah.
it every week. You were in school, I was at work, the greatest place in the world at the time. And you were just having so much fun studying a bunch of stuff at school, where now I'm doing the fun
I
and
miss it.
studying.
Yeah.
You miss it?
No.
um but yeah, 50 down.
50 down, 5 million more to go.
It's true.
No. So, I think, dude, it's just a testament to our willingness to, like you said, week in, week out, just come out here and put them out and spread the love and joy. And I think that people that resonate with that are, you're awesome. We love you. Thank you very much for your ears and support, even just by listening for 5 minutes a week. Whatever you do to uh, give yourself up to this idea and our mentality, our attitude, it's more than enough. But, obviously life does occur as well in the fact that we can only do one every 2 weeks nowadays, but still, the consistency. I told you from the very start. Remember, I said, let's just stick with it.
Yeah.
However long it takes, it doesn't matter. We just go every single week or every other week. Just don't stop doing it, literally, for the next, I don't know how many years, until we literally cannot dedicate the amount of time that we do.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Exactly. It's a testament to, like I said, our willpower, our tenacity, our truly living out this ideal that we stand for, and people that come and listen to us, and people that really believe in what we stand for and believe in the motto just itself. It's awesome to see that, and it compounds. It just, every single day, it doesn't matter, you
Yeah.
do it as much as you can because it adds up.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I won't speak for you, but I think you would agree. Like we were doing this trying to spread our positivity and try to encourage other people to, stay positive through the good and bad, the life and stuff, the
Yeah.
stuff in life.
Yeah.
And I really hope, all the people listening, thank you so much for listening, and I really hope we make your day just a little bit better when you hear us goofballs talking, us experts on life and stuff.
Yes.
And I gotta say, we have gotten better, and our audience has been, they've been with us. I'm looking at some of the data, and I just keep seeing like the same people, like I shouldn't say people. I see the same locations, which I assume are the same people. It could be like brand new people from the exact same cities doing the same thing, but I like to think we have some viewer listener retainership. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
The people who have stuck with us, we're so grateful, and I don't know. Just seeing the number, get bigger, you could say it's compounding.
I literally did just say that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, no. The point is, we wanted to talk about our performance up to date and just, like, on a high level, why we're doing better than we expected, really. Because we are. We didn't know where we'd be a year and a half into this, right? We didn't know what kind of numbers we'd be looking at. I think we had hugely high expectations and probably didn't reach those, but at the same time, we're still growing, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what really matters. And, when people start something new, their whole mentality is, oh, you do this, and then maybe in a week you'll get rich, or you'll find the results you've been looking for. And just, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
But no, the idea is you have to stay with it. You need to keep going, keep grinding, keep doing whatever it is you're doing, and stay consistent. And that is what will really help you. So, without further ado, I wanted to introduce, just, this won't take all of our episode's length, but just to bring to light some of the ideals that have helped us get here. The Compound Effect, incredible book by Darren Hardy. We'll link it after. It basically describes what we do here. We're every single time we're setting up our mics, turning Audacity on, going on Blender to do our videos for YouTube. We are doing something that we've set a routine for. And we've created this routine because we have a long-term vision. Our vision is we want to spread this to as many people as possible. Like you said, all the goofball moments, all the super cool sciencey tech, political, whatever, jargon. And then at the core of all that, the positivity, the love, the joy, the energy, all of that stuff. So we think to ourselves, how can we do this best? And that is just every single week or every other week, we come out here, we create our routine, we do the same thing. And over time, we went from way less people listening to what we have now. I mean,
I remember, like, in the beginning, after seeing our initial results, we came to, like, let's just aim for, like, 10.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I'll say it, we've gotten better. Like,
Yeah.
it's no longer 10 is like expect, like, not even the expectation. It's like we get 10 almost we get it every time, which is
probably
like
within a couple days.
yeah,
for instance,
and it's like it's progress, but it's like tangibly visible progress. It's like, hey, we're doing it, we're doing a thing.
Exactly.
And it's fun to see something like come into fruition, like where you're like originally being like, wouldn't it be cool, and then you start out doing it. It's like, it's not exactly what I thought, but then like seeing it get closer to what you originally imagined is like, whoa, we're doing the thing, we're doing what we want.
Exactly. It's really cool. I mean, think about the exponential curve, right? Or just the famous thought experiment. Everyone gets asked probably when they're 10 years old and they don't know how to actually rationalize because they can't see it. They're not red-pilled enough to go that far enough into the future. But let's say I came up to you right now. I asked you, would you rather take $3 million or $1 that doubles every day for the next 30 days? Like, and most kids would be like, give me that 3 mil. I love that. And then all the red-pilled kids out there, they're going to say, you know what? Give me that doubling $1 every single day. Because 20 days from now, I'm going to have, all right, you know what? I'll probably have around like $250K or something like that. But then on day 30, $10 million.
Not bad.
Well, okay. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas. I mean, that's it right there. That is the compound effect. And that is exactly what we've been putting in our work. Of course, we're a year and a half later, and we're not going anywhere anytime soon, but we're here to stick it out, and that's exactly how we planned on starting it and how we plan on continuing it. That's
every little thing counts.
Yeah, exactly. So I can go into the book a little bit more because I know have you ever read it actually?
I have not.
No? Okay.
So let's spend a few minutes
Yeah.
highlighting book club episode.
We had one of these already, so
yeah.
Basically, it's literally just 6 chapters. It's a really short book, actually. Like, no more than 160 pages, something like that.
All right.
It's super digestible. You could read it if you were a 12-year-old. And you just wanted to understand how to be successful. The book itself is actually how to be successful. It's not genuinely how to make more money or how to be, the best podcaster or host, whatever. It's literally how to create everlasting success. And it's not one of those, stupid get-rich-quick schemes that you'll find on YouTube ads.
It's
like,
more fundamental.
Here's my Lamborghini or stuff like that. My bookcase of knowledge.
Yeah.
No, it's legitimately rules that every successful person follows because they understand what it takes. So, chapter 1, the compound effect in action, basically just examples of him as a kid where he would literally wake up to his dad just lifting weights in the garage and stuff like that. And every single day have chores as soon as he comes back from school, and just get drilled in this mentality of put effort in, get reward out. But you have to put that effort in every single day, not 4 days or 2 days a week and then take some rest or whatever. No, you put it every single day, and then you will see the results.
Yeah.
So basically, allowing yourself to drill that discipline into your head by putting in the consistent effort is the compound effect. It is literally the underlying factor. And I've seen this in my own life as well, where I would go crazy at a workout program and then just lose it after 3 months, or some kind of diet, lose it after 1.5 months, 2 months, because I wasn't being consistent enough. And you just need to find that balance, right? It's really important to find a place where you just end up learning that if you go cold turkey on something, or if you go too little effort on something, it's not going to help.
Yeah, don't overwhelm or underwhelm yourself.
Yeah, exactly. If you shock your body or your system in any way,
it won't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, like it's very unsustainable. Like I told you about my like super low carb diet for 2 months this summer. That was so unsustainable, and I literally cheated it all back, especially because of the circumstances around early September,
Mm-hmm.
So it was tough. But now I'm back on a much cleaner diet and everything, and training for the event I have in 2 weeks. That thing has gotten me into some of the best shape I've ever been in a really long time.
Yeah, but I think what's really, I mean, it's basically necessary for what you're signing up for. But you've been doing this almost like every day, so you're literally practicing what you're preaching. Is like, if you want to see the result, do something every day. It doesn't need to be like the end. You don't need to be perfect on day one. Just do something towards your goal, and then the next day do it, but maybe one extra rep or one more mile or whatever you're doing, or one extra page if you're reading, or one extra exercise if you're studying something. Just do the exact same thing you're doing, but just ever so slightly more. And then the next day, either repeat it or do a little more than that, and just slowly and slowly and slowly do it. And then there'll come that moment where you look back at what you used to do. So let's say you were like doing like one exercise a day, just for the sake of argument, and then like you add one every day, and maybe if you're bold, you'll add two because you're just feeling it that day.
Yeah.
And then on day 30, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, I was only doing one exercise a day, when now you're doing like 30 to 40 exercises a day. And it works. It's silly. It sounds obvious, but like not many people really either internalize it. Like, yeah, it's like duh, but you have to do it. You can't just be like, yeah, of course I can do it. It's like, well, no, not you can do it, you should, and you will do it. That's what you should be saying.
Hell yeah. It's always the first step is always the hardest.
Yeah.
Let's just not get that wrong. But anywho, so first chapter is just understanding what that means, the day in, day out grind.
Yeah.
Second chapter, choices. So everything we make in life, everything we do in life is a result of a choice we make. So I wanted to go eat that burger at Five Guys. That was a choice I made, right? Or I could have gotten the side salad from Panera, I could have ran the extra 10 minutes, or I can just stop when it starts hurting, It's all a choice.
Yeah.
And you have choices that you make that determine what kind of person, what kind of discipline, and what kind of effort you are going to give in every aspect of your life.
The hardest is the first instance, for sure. Like when you're working out and you're starting to feel tired, pushing yourself the first time you feel like that's like the worst. Because I've come to realize, later on when I'm in better shape and I start feeling tired, I'm more willing or eager to like push forward, to like try and like if I'm struggling to run or struggling to like lift something, when after like doing it for like a few weeks or even months, I'm like eager to like, let's do it one more rep, let's do 5 more reps, let's run like for another like minute full speed or something like that. I'm like more like willing to do it. But on the first day, I wanted to stop. I just wanted to be over. It's like I can't do it. um so pushing yourself like ever so slightly past your limits is like, I think, very powerful. It's like a very useful thing for anyone, when you're pursuing something you really want. With that being said, if you are in a lot of pain, take a break. Don't overdo it. Let's get that out of the way too. Like, yeah, there's the good kind of pain where it's like you're really tired, but you can do it one more time if you're really willing. And then there's that pain where it's like your body is literally giving you all the signs. It's like, okay, stop. Don't do anymore. So please be responsible and like don't overdo it.
Yeah, try not to break a leg on the way to running your marathon.
No, because we said earlier, there's underwhelming yourself and then there's overwhelming yourself. So, really be careful. It's easy to say, it's like, oh, I'm gonna do the whole marathon today, starting today, and I'm 1,000 pounds overweight or something like that. It's like, yeah, that's a good attitude, but like, let's keep it real. Let's just keep it real.
Reality needs to come.
Like, I fully support you running that marathon, but like, don't
get to a mile first.
Don't die trying. Yeah. Don't like die on that first day to try and prove something. Like, run like half a mile, like as best as you can. And if that's too easy, okay, run a full mile. And if that's too easy by some chance, it's like, okay, like find what's comfortable for you. Like, find that bar, your initial bar.
Yeah.
And then when you have that bar on your first day or second day, then try like slowly pushing past it, like ever so slightly, whether it's more reps, more weight, more time, more energy, whatever it is. Just slowly try beating. There's the famous expression, be better than you were yesterday. Can the person of tomorrow, can you of today beat the person of tomorrow, or be smarter than the person tomorrow, or run faster, or lift more? Like, are you better? Are you a better person today than you were yesterday? And I think that's a really good saying, because like, even if you're better by just a little bit, you're still better. And
what a rant that was.
I wouldn't call it a rant.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
No, I'm playing. So, yeah, I mean, underlying all those choices are behaviors as well. If I had to ask you what's a behavior, I actually know the best example is the soda drinking for you.
I wanted to mention that at some point.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I never brought it up. I have officially gone a full year without soda.
Wow.
September has passed, and so I kind of missed the update on that. But I have did it.
Wow!
I have
Congratulations!
Done it. Thank you so much. It's I don't know. It's good.
You're at a loss for words, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I guess so, because it's just like, I don't want it anymore. Like, even though I remember how good it was, like, I don't need it. Like, I'm more than content of just like drinking water or seltzer or anything not soda, and it shows that like I guess I'm pretty good, pretty cool for like, I mean, like, because I don't want to say I was addicted, but like there was like a period when I stopped where it's like I instinctually was grabbing at it because I don't know, I'm thirsty and my body literally is just like, hey, you like drinking this, so go drink it.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, drink anything else, drink water, drink seltzer, drink anything, just don't drink this. And whereas now I'm like in full control. Like, I'm not, like, if I want to drink soda, like, I can, but if I want to stop, I'm fully able to be like, no, I'm not going to drink soda today.
Yeah.
Like, I was at college right now. I was at the university campus, and I was kind of running low on energy, and I saw like this like Coca-Cola coffee hybrid thing, and I was like, hey, I like Coke and coffee. Well, I never tried it before, so I'm like, let me try it. And I didn't, I didn't try it. I did eventually, like, one of my friends got it, and I asked for like a sip. All right, but this was in October, so let it be on the record that I did go a full year without soda. Just for the record, if there's some like contrarian guy who's saying, "Oh, you didn't do it," no, I did do it. I did it. I drank a sip of this Coke stuff in October, and
The
it was just
cancel
a sip.
trolls, the cancel trolls,
Yeah,
they're
yeah, whatever.
lurking.
I'm saying I did go a full year, and I only drank a sip, and I watched it with water, moderation and all that good stuff. Anyway, the point is, I tried it and it was really good. But then I had the option to like buy it again, like when I was thirsty, and I didn't do it. I wanted to do it, like let that not be like, oh, I don't like it anymore. No, I like the taste of Coke. It tastes good, but I know I don't need it, and I know it's not good for me. So I have the ability to say no, and I think that's hard for some people, is just to like stand up for yourself, even internally, like do what's best for you, even if that's not what you quote unquote want to do, like what you lust for, or what you want to indulge in, what you want to succumb to temptations, because temptations are tempting. who would who would have thought?
Weird how it works.
Yeah, but it takes like strong willpower and confidence in oneself to like resist those temptations.
Yeah.
And I'm not perfect. I'm still just a guy, but I feel like I have gotten better at self-control.
Yeah, dude, I'm proud of you. You really came a long way
Thank you.
from where you used to be. So, pat yourself on the back for me.
Dude.
So, okay, the next chapter, habits, which is basically just ironically enough compounding on
Good
what
habits.
he said and literally the rant you just gave, or your whole monologue
Yeah,
was
yeah.
just habits, creating those positive habits for yourself. If you have a behavior in your life that you don't like, whether it's a fitness behavior, a money behavior, you spend too much on food or clothes or whatever, or you want a better job in a year, something like that, whatever, you need to create first a good behavior for it, and then a good habit for it, because behavior underlies habits, right? And those are choices we make. We choose to have a positive behavior for ourselves to grow. We choose to have a negative behavior as well. And personally, I try to limit as much as of those negative behaviors, because, I accept who I am, and I accept that they are there no matter what, but I want to improve upon them, right? Like you want to increase your strengths, right? You want to make yourself a better person, but you got to double down on those weaknesses too, because they are there for a reason, and they're there to make you stronger, because you don't really learn from successes. You learn way more from failures. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had to sneak its way in there.
I mean, you're right. And, I went to one of my college classes, and the professor said the same thing. He said, I got my dream job, He was, like, giving a speech about, like, because it was an AMA, Ask Me Anything, for one of the lectures. And so people were asking him stuff, and he, like, got to talking about his job, and he said, listen, you might not like your job, or maybe you really want a job and you don't get it right away. And he said, I got my dream job, but I also got rejected like several thousand times, and yeah, it broke my heart. I was like upset. Sometimes I cried, but you get more experience. You learn why you got rejected. You improve yourself, whether it be on the interviews or the coding exercises, or just the interactions with the people. Like, even if it sucks to like go out there, do the best you can, and fail, with that failure comes the experience of, okay, well, I did it this way and it didn't work out so well. What areas do I need to improve? Is it my technical skill? Is it my speech? Am I able to communicate properly? Am I able to remain calm and not be panicky or anxious? I don't know, am I a jerk? I don't know. The point is, with every failure, you get, so long as you're willing to accept you failed and not just blame everyone else, just say, yeah, I could have done this better. Let's try and do it better the next time. And like you said, like, this compounding topic is pretty cool hashtag relatable because it's true. Like if you fail like a million times, the person you are on the a millionth and one time you attempt something is probably way more amazing than the person who failed the first time. But you would only get there after a million failures.
Yeah.
If you succeeded on your first try, maybe you're amazing. Maybe you are just the super duper human being, extraordinary prodigy, A plus 4.0 number one guy or girl. Great.
Yeah.
I'm not jealous or bitter or anything. Shut up. But chances are most of us are not like that. And that doesn't mean we can't get there. And I strongly believe and I strongly cling on to the belief that anyone can reach that height. Some people might be born at that height, but anyone can reach that height. Nothing is unreachable or unachievable if you really want it.
Mm-hmm.
It might take longer for some. It might take longer for others. It might not take any time at all for some. But anyone can achieve anything when they want to.
Yeah. Can you read through this book?
Can I read through
you are
it?
legitimately taking straight the topics that I've got.
Oh.
Like
so-
you are no, it's like you can see this. Your powers of clairvoyance are incredible right now. I don't know how it's possible,
I'm
but
sorry.
no, dude, don't. This is awesome. It's actually really cool because it's freaky for me
Okay,
right
chapter 3.
now. No, we just killed the habits chapter. The next one is momentum.
Oh,
We're just-
sweet, dude.
So yeah, I mean, I'll freak
one
if
step
you get
ahead.
the last one.
One step ahead.
Yeah, momentum, which is, as you described, it's once you start doing stuff every little time, a little bit, whatever. You create those positive habits. You start doing it day in, day out. You're gonna see it. Like, I mean, we've already 5x'd our audience size since we started this.
Yeah,
At least.
at least
I think maybe it's a little more, which is a huge jump for us considering,
where we started.
yeah, where we started and the amount of time we can devote to what this is for us. Because this is truly us being genuine in who we are, and it's a passion of ours, but, you know, it's not a full-time job. It's not something that we can spend every hour of every waking day on.
We do it
Right.
because it's fun and because we want to make anyone's day a little bit more positive.
Exactly. So, given where we started and where we are now, that's the compound effect, and that is momentum of the compound effect right there. That is just us staying with it and finding that little bit of a foothold on the mountain to climb, to keep pulling ourselves up. You know,
Yeah.
you picking ourselves up by our bootstraps and getting after it and doing it. So
I
I mean-
also want to mention, just, I don't know, humble brag. I don't know. We got pretty good at like all like our recording stuff. Like I still remember in May of last year when
Oh my
we
God.
spent like literally a week trying to like get the recording like
oh my god.
serviceable, and then trying to figure out how do we make a video from Blender. And we literally were like Googling like a million stuff, and we were like working together, and just like it took us forever to figure this stuff out. And like looking at us now, it's like we're not experts, not even close, but like compared to what we were, we've gotten a handle on this.
Yeah. Also, if you're a real one and you've been here since episode 1, first of all, you're awesome.
Thank you.
And second of all, go back to our episode 1 description, go back to our episode 1 content, just all the stuff we talked about, and you'll get a kick out of it the way we did.
Yeah.
Because literally when you told me that the other day and we were on Zoom and just looking at it, I couldn't stop laughing. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I was just like reminiscing, just like seeing, because like it's episode 50, man. That's like 5 times 10 episodes. Like, and it's
Weird
crazy.
math.
It's crazy. And I'm just like, how much different are we were? That didn't come out right. How much,
English.
how much have we changed since the beginning? And I still like, I look at episode 0, our pilot episode, I look at the description, I listen a bit to how we used to talk, and I think our personalities are still fairly consistent, but just like our conversation skills, I think, greatly improved. which I think is funny because we were always pretty decent conversationalists.
Yeah.
But the description is what made me laugh because it just some of the stuff we say just sticks. Like even 50 episodes in, and we're still kind of not we're not identical to who we are. We constantly, I like to think, are improving, but we're still like the same guys, the same two dudes talking about life and stuff from episode 0 pilots to episode 50 today.
Yeah.
And I don't know if inspirational is the word, but like it's just really cool and interesting to like look back and see like who we were and who we are and how we're similar and how we're different, how we're better. It's cool. It's cool to go down memory lane.
Yeah. So next one is influences, chapter 5. And that is one of the best examples is having you in the quote unquote studio with me.
Oh.
Because you and I have a lot of similar beliefs and similar attitudes and just mentalities on a lot of things in life, right? And so when you're trying to achieve that next big goal in your compounding journey to success, you need to surround yourself with positive influences, things that will help you get closer to that. And it can also be people as well. As a matter of fact, it is mostly the people that you surround yourself with. Because here's the deal. You are always going to be the average of your closest friends. And I don't care who you are. I don't care if you are the most successful billionaire or the poorest homeless person. You are always going to be the average of the people you surround yourself with. And that is simply because we like to feed off of the energy that others give us. And at the same time, we like to mirror. It's basic psychology. So you're going to learn a lot of stuff from the people you spend the most time with. And it's either going to be a great influence on you or a horrible influence on you. And so if you truly want to do yourself a service, you should surround yourself with people that you want to be like, people that you look up to, mentors, or just incredible human beings that you think are astounding and do exactly what you want to do.
Yeah.
So that's why I do this with you, because like I said, I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of things that you admire me for, but I admire you just the same. I look up to you in a lot of different ways. I think you're an incredibly smart person, and I say this to a lot of people, but you are one of the most true free thinkers that I've ever met in my life, and I can actually have a genuine conversation with you.
Thank you.
Without feeling like you're going to bite my head off. It doesn't matter how controversial it can get. It can literally be about the most nitpicky, just completely out of the blue topic, or it can be something as simple as, I don't know, Bitcoin. It doesn't
because
matter.
that's so simple.
Yeah, right. But no, the point is, you are an incredible person to be around, and that's what I try to surround myself with in life.
I share a very similar sentiment about you. I just feel like true like tolerance, which I think is pretty good for like positivity, comes from just like accepting that there are like differences in like how people go about life. And I don't think everyone's life choices are always the best, but I also acknowledge that they have their own life and maybe they see things in a way I don't see. And because it would be very rude of me to say, oh, I know what's best for you. Well, I don't know. You know yourself better than I would. Not you, Pete, but like people in general. And I think coming to understand that we're not a hive mind. Everyone is their own person. Shut up, Pete. We're not moving towards that. But everyone can come to their own conclusion, and sometimes it's hard for people to do what's best for them, but sometimes there are things we don't understand about them. And then I feel like the best way to come to understanding is open discussion. That's why, I like to I don't photographically memorize every episode we had. By the way, hashtag episode 50. I still can't believe it, but I'd like to think neither of us have like quote unquote told any of our viewers what to do. We've given them our 2 cents on many things, and we've given them what works for us, ourselves, and we've given our reasoning why we think what we do and why some of the things we say are good things. But should you disagree with us, that's 100% fine. You know, we're just here to encourage you. We're here to tell you you can do it. We believe in you. Even if you're going through a hard time, we know life can be hard. But I want people to know, like, we're on your side. We're on your team. We want the best for everyone. And we want the best for ourselves as well. You know, we want the best world. We want the world to be as best as it can, and henceforth we want everyone to prosper as best as they can, to pursue what they want and do their best in that pursuit.
Hell yeah. So the last chapter, acceleration, basically after you've identified all the previous 5 things, what are the tiny itsy bitsy little things that you can add onto all of those things? Your choices, your habits, your current influences, the momentum you've created, and just all of it, you know? What are the tiny little things that you can change, the little bit of extra that you can add, that can add the spice and just put you over the finish line? And that is what takes you from 0 to 1, and then from 1 to 100, 100 to 10,000, and so on and so forth. You know, it's just, if you're investing, right? Let's say you started out with $5,000. I gave you this before. And you just let it sit in the bank account. You're accruing 8%, or you're accruing like a tiny little bit amount, right? You're not making much. After a year, you probably made $10, right? Let's say you invested in the S&P. You are making 8% every single year on that. So after a year, you'll have made around $400, maybe a little bit more. Now, let's say you've invested in the S&P and you're constantly adding the money. You know, you're adding in $100 every single month. Then after 30 years or so, or after 1 year, you'll have probably over 6,500 or 7,000. After 30 years, you'll have over $1 million. You see? So it's adding the little bit more, from the not investing at all to just investing in something that's pretty relatively safe, to adding a little bit more every single time, every month, or every single day. No matter what you're doing, you give yourself that kick in the ass that you need to get up and go do it. And if you've already begun, you know, what can you do more? What is the thing that will help you grow as a person to achieve what it is that you want to achieve? And then just do it.
Yeah.
You know?
And I know more sounds like a scary word. It scares me every day.
Yeah.
But when we say do a little more every day, at least personally, I really want to emphasize just a little more. Just ever so slight, because, you know, unless you like are eager to do more, in which case have at it. But if you're like struggling to do just whatever you're doing, try to like get a handle on that as best as you can to refine it, and then when you're ready, try and do that one extra repetition, one extra page read, one extra exercise, one extra lap, one extra anything, just a little bit, just ever so slight, like just a little bit. Heck, forget it, one lap, do one extra step. Like, let's say you're running around a track field, and when you finish like whatever lap you're on, run like 2 extra steps. And then the next day, run another 2 extra, so 4 steps. And then just, like, do that. And you'll soon realize, like, within, not immediately, but within a relatively short amount of time, you'll run, like, an extra full lap, and you won't even, like, feel it. And it really works. It's so simple, and it's so, like, easily taken for granted, I think. Because I think the mindset is, how much of a difference can a little do? Like, can really, like, one extra step or one extra exercise, does it really make a difference? Like, it's so little. Like, it can't really help. And it might seem that way, but it's the compounding effect.
Yeah. So
Cut episode.
No.
It's literally, you just do it a little bit, and then you get acclimated to that little bit, so then you do a little more after that. And then slowly but surely, by the time you realize, you're doing a lot, and compared to what you were originally doing, but it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like that in the slightest. It feels like normal to you, but that's because you didn't see it, because it's taken for granted. And I think that's the problem, is it's taken for granted, so people aren't willing to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, do it. It's good for you.
So, I mean, one thing that I tell myself is basically just am I getting 1% closer to my goals every day? We've already finished the book. I just want to kind of give what I do now as a template for anyone that's figuring it out on their own, because I had to figure it out on my own, and I think everyone should go through this journey if they want to seek personal betterment. And I know you are as well to an extent, so this is awesome. Like what I tell myself is, what can I do today that will get me 1% closer to my goals? And my goals are, by the week, by the month, by the quarter, 1 year, 5 year. I have literally Post-its up in my room.
Or even by the day.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, until I get a whiteboard, I've literally got Post-its on my wall that just tell me, what am I looking for? And every single morning I look at those goals and I say, okay, how can I make today better so that I can get 1% closer to any one of the things on those Post-it notes? And I just add in things on my to-do list, stuff that I need to get done so that I feel like I had a productive day of growth. And at the end of the day, I reflect, did I actually get all that stuff done? And when I don't get it done, I say, okay, where can I really improve here? Like, did I try to bite off more than I chewed? No. The reality is sometimes you just have a lot going on. Cut yourself some slack, be nice to yourself. But at the same time, if you start slacking off and you've noticed that you're just not making that progress, reevaluate your behaviors, reevaluate your habits, and see what it is that you can take out from your life that is making a negative influence. And for me, it always used to be some food. Sometimes it would be just procrastinating by watching a TV show here or there, just literally an hour a day.
Squid Games?
Like, yeah, literally. Squid Game. What an ironic way to bring that in. But, stuff, very tiny, inconsequential things that you think may not make a difference, they compound as well. Just as positive things compound in the positive way, negative things compound in a negative way. And so you just need to make sure that you are keeping yourself propped up in the direction you want to be going towards. So, yeah, I mean, I every single day just tell myself 1% better. And ironically enough, this is from a book that I've never read, but I've been told. It's called Atomic Habits, and it's it's in that book. And I literally remember just having to think about this because of my team. Telling them all, okay, yeah, lift today sucks. And I know that it's 7 a.m. and nobody wants to be here, but how are we going to get 1% closer to that PL trophy? Mm-hmm. And of course, we never got it, right? But it was just the mentality that got people to follow me, and just people understanding that, I'm willing to put in 2% when everyone else is only putting in 1%. And you understand that you have someone that's going to give that extra. Why don't you give that extra? And then eventually everybody really can find that deep desire to work and achieve. And that's all it takes,
Yeah, 100%.
So anyways, to address your previous comment about Squid Game, I think it's just really ironic that is an example of the compound effect as well, because it literally came out of nowhere and now it's projected to be Netflix's greatest performing show ever. So I just think that, the network effect of people telling us about this show that has an insanely weird name and then is about what you said, tax evasion.
I misremembered. I think it's like paying debt.
Yeah,
same difference. Tax evasion. Whatever.
I won't spoil it, but I have to say to anyone that's listening that hasn't watched it, you have heard of it for sure, and if you haven't, just look it up. It's interesting.
Yeah, a lot of people highly recommend it, and it looked interesting to me, and I'm pretty I have a high bar to achieve when it comes to Netflix shows.
Oh, okay.
So, it takes a lot to impress me on Netflix, and I looked at Squid Games and said, it's pretty good. Or it's interesting. I am intrigued. My attention has been caught.
It's an interesting show.
Yeah.
I have nothing else to say.
With that being said, it's not only 9 episodes, but like maybe only watch one a day. Don't watch all of it. Don't binge watching. We can make an episode about that another time, about negative stuff like binging, but don't binge watch.
Yeah.
Please. It's not good for you. I've done it. Pete's probably done it. You've probably done it. You know who you are. It's not good. You know it's not good. I know it's not good. If we all know this, let's make a vow to ourselves to try and minimize it. Instead of watching 9 episodes, watch only 8. There.
Thanks, Sergeant.
Progress.
But anyways, I just wanted to say on a final note that, I mean, we've said this so many times already before, but if you do want to go after that thing that you want, just literally tell yourself that you can do it and start. And start with 0.1% if you have to. But do that 0.1% extra, do that 1.1% that will get you closer to whatever it is you're visualizing within your mind that you want and need in your life. And if you believe, you can do. And if you do, you can achieve. And if you achieve, then you're just staying positive, baby.
Yeah. I want to add one more thing. Is that okay?
No,
No. Okay.
I'm joking. Go on.
So I 100% agree with that, and I think this ties into the influence chapter of your book. There will, they're not necessarily, but there might be people who might say what you're doing isn't worth it, or that you can't do something. And I want to make a statement to you: don't listen to them. They're not. They're not the people you want to impress. They're not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these are people who are trying to, like, I don't want to say they're jealous of you, but like, these are people who aren't doing anything. They're not pursuing their goals, and in that state, they're trying to like drag you to their level, since you probably have at least some energy that you want to put to your goals, whereas they don't have any energy and they're spending it trying to stop you from yours. Do your best to not cut them from your life, but don't let it affect you. Your life is yours, and it's to be lived for you, not for them. Especially not for them. If they're not willing to be on your side and positively like push you, to prop you, or to at least like say you can do it, then I know it's a bit cold to say, but like, what good are they to you? Not much. So that's my last, I guess, thing. So I want to say that we believe in you, and we strongly support you. And with all that being said, Pete, what do we always do?
Stay positive.
See you guys.